Ram Ram everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to do a pick a card reading for the question everything about your career in 2025. So first we'll be checking what's going on in your career life for the month of Jan, like in the beginning of the year 2025, and then we'll be checking what's happening with your career in the end of 2025 so that we understand what exactly is shifting, and also we'll be checking some personalized messages like if you are thinking of changing your career path, what you should be knowing and what are the obstacles that you will be facing. And also we'll be checking if you like to stay in your current career path, uh, what will be the obstacles and all of that, like an advice to each of the category. So we have three piles for today. So for pile 1 we have rose quartz, and for pile 2 we have green aventurine, and for pile 3 we have yellow aventurine. So whichever pile you feel drawn to, you can click on that particular pile in the description. Hey pile 1, if you chose this rose quartz, this is going to be your reading. So first we'll be checking what's happening, what will be happening in your career in the beginning of 2025. So what's happening in pile one's career in the beginning of the year? A card to represent what's happening in pile one's career in the beginning of the year 2025. Okay. Um, I'll be using another deck of cards to understand what's happening in your career in the end of 2025. Okay, so let's keep this aside. So this card represents what's happening in your career in the end of 2025. What's happening in pile one's career in the end of 2025. Okay, let's take up that card. Okay, so we have the world card over here. And for the beginning of your career, we have five of wands. Okay. So what I feel is in the beginning of 2025, you're going to feel slight rifts, like a sort of, um, some sort of resistance due to your environment. This could be something about like more of responsibilities coming up, or it could be like you're being changed into a different team, or maybe just the people around you causing this hindrance. Not actually hindrance, it seems more like a healthy competition to me. So you're going to take a moment and observe like what's happening in the environment. You're going to take your own time to understand this situation. Like you're going to observe a lot of people around you so that you understand how you're supposed to show up and all of that. So I'm also seeing that you will be learning a lot from them just by looking at them, just by observing them. For example, you are being put in a very different team, and you're just trying to figure out how actually to work on those tasks, just by looking at other people, something like that. um, I also feel like whatever that you're trying to do achieve in your career in the beginning of 2025, you're going to face a sort of competition. It's going to actually inspire you, not in a very negative way, like oh there are people who want to pull me down, not that way. It's more like you're going to pick up some sort of inspiration by just looking at all those people. It also seems like all these people have very different opinions on how certain tasks have to be performed, how the work has to be assigned, and everything, which might cause some sort of conflicts. But I also feel there will be a solution to all those conflicts. Maybe you might come up with a solution to resolve all those conflicts that you're facing in your workspace. So that's what you're going to um, face in your career when it comes to 2025 in the beginning. And I'm also getting this vibe like it might annoy you a bit because no one is actually listening to each other, and everyone wants to have that superiority, everyone wants to place their opinions. No one actually wants to compromise here, something like that. And it might annoy you a bit, but you realizing the whole situation, you realizing the whole scenario, understanding the whole scenario, you're not going to involve yourself into such arguments or fights or any such thing if it ever happens. You will be someone who will observe everyone from a distance, and that's how you will save a lot of time, energy to yourself. And so this might challenge you a bit in a good way. I'm not seeing you getting caught up in this challenge. I'm definitely seeing you move forward, moving through this situation. You might tend to feel like, oh, I want to escape these people, I don't want to stay near them, something like that. But again, you're going to make up your mind like, I really want to go through it. I'm not going to escape this time. I can face it, I can stand these people. So that is some sort of, power that you're going to realize within you. So with the world card ending, like this card describes your career in the end of 2025. So what I feel for most of you is Saturn could be influencing your career this year. Maybe you will get your Sadisati or some sort of Saturn Mahadasha, Antardasha, something like that, which is kind of affecting your career in a certain way. And in the end, I am seeing that you're going to you're going to come in union with a lot of people across the world. I'm also seeing your network is kind of expanding by the end of 2025. I'm seeing you will expand your network when it comes to your career, and you will have achieved a sort of freedom in this particular workplace where you felt suffocated. But in the end, I'm seeing you are going to feel a lot more free, like as if you acquired some sort of freedom. And there will be a lot of harmony within you, which is also going to reflect in your outside reality, like external reality. And there is also this thing that keeps coming up. You might be promoted, like in a very high position. For example, you might be into coding in the beginning of your career, or some sort of development, or maybe a very, you know like a very low level kind of, I wouldn't say low level, it's more like, there will be different levels like manager, assistant, something like that. So you might be starting like from level 1, and you are in some level 9 or 10 because of your practice and everything. So I'm definitely seeing you will be promoted, either promoted into some sort of managerial position, and in that way, I'm seeing like whatever level that you will be promoted to, I feel there will be very less responsibilities for you. You might be someone who just manages things, or someone who resolves conflicts, or someone who is actually responsible for, restoring that harmony. Or maybe there is a department in your workplace where that department solely focuses on conflict resolution, something like that. So I keep hearing such things, so that could be very much possible. So let's understand more about what's exactly shifting uh, in your career when it comes to 2025. So what's shifting for pile 1 in their career life when it comes to 2025? Okay, we have star card and we have page of swords. Okay, so what is shifting is, uh, you can observe here how this there is a figure that's naked over here, and also this kind of represents the same thing. I feel somewhere, mm, you're going to become more and more spiritual. You're going to understand the spiritual aspects of your life. You're going to apply your spiritual knowledge to materialize a lot of things in your career. And I also feel like a lot of things will happen effortlessly in your career only if you let go of control. So, somewhere I feel whatever belief that you have when it comes to your career path, it's something that is being imposed by other people, by your surrounding people. So, you really have to sit and question yourself and understand yourself, like, is this what I truly believe to be true? Whatever that you believe that you want in your career, for example, you might be thinking, oh, I'll have lots of money, something like that, but is it that you really want, or you really want something else, like maybe getting to do your creativity, or maybe getting to do something else? You really have to get vulnerable with yourself, brainstorm yourself, so that you understand um, what actually you want in your career. And something about hope keeps coming up, like maybe there will be a lot of tasks in your job where you might feel like other people might feel like, oh, it's not easy to get it done, but the way you communicate things to people and all of that, something about your communication, that will restore a lot of hope in people. And with the star card, I feel there is something written for you in the stars, like a destiny that you're meant to go, a career path that is literally written on the stars, something like that, but you're still not there yet. It's not like you're in the wrong career path, you're almost there, but some sort of seeking that you have to do to understand this. And with the page of swords, I get this vibe, by the end of 2025 you're going to start something like really fresh. You're going to take some sort of initiative when it comes to your decision, when it comes to your thought pattern, your mindset, something like that. It's going to take a lot of time, definitely, but yes, that's really worth it, worth all the efforts and everything. So let's see, if you are looking for a career switch, if you're looking to change your career path, what you need to know. I want to use a different sort of deck. Let me just pull it out. So for most of you, I feel whoever picked this career, this pile, you might be doing you're already doing something in your life. You're not like sitting, you know, idle. I feel you're already on something. That's what I feel. Okay, so I'll be using this oracle card. So first I'll be checking a message for people who want to switch their career path, who don't want to continue their current career path. Okay, so for people who wish to switch career path, people who wish to switch their career path, pile 1. Okay, we have make the change. Wow. You can see how these two are so identical. Like this is a sword, this is a sword. So um I also feel you might find a person like a partner, life partner in your new career path, like you coming into union with them, something like that, and with make the change. So I definitely feel some of you are really working on something, but you really want to make some huge change in your career path. That's why we have this card which says you really have to make the change. So looking in the mirror, you can see this girl is looking in the mirror. So that's like questioning yourself, observing yourself, being true to yourself. Like, is this what I really want? And taking that decision and implementing that decision. So you can see how this girl is looking in the mirror and cutting her hair with a sword. It's more like, oh, I want to do this, so let me do this. Not someone who is literally waiting with this idea. Should I do this? Should I ask someone? Something like that. No. It's more like you know what you want. You won't find answers somewhere else. You have to question yourself. You have to brainstorm yourself. You have to literally like strip off all those beliefs that you are being imposed. And then you will arrive to an answer that's going to be good for you, something like that. So yeah, that's what I feel. Like people who are waiting to switch their career, you have to make that change for yourself. If you feel that, then you should definitely go for it instead of seeking it somewhere else. This is something that only you can validate for yourself. And for that part, you have to, you know, start from a very clean this thing, a mindset, like a clean slate, a fresh start. And you have to believe yourself. You have to fully believe yourself, like, yes, I will be the one who will make this change and I will take full responsibility no matter what happens. That sort of trust you need to have within yourself. So let's see what message for people who want to continue their current career path. People who want to continue their current career path. Oh, there are a lot of cards just fell. Let me just. Okay, this pile is making me do a lot of work today. So I feel maybe that's the nature of your career also, like where you tend to put lot of effort. So no doubt in that because you have the presence of Saturn in this reading. So a message for people who want to continue their career path, current career path. Okay, we have you already have all the answers. Okay. So I feel 90% of you feel like changing your career path, and that's why the answers are also kind of same. And we have again 7 year, we have 3 plus 4 7 year. So what I would like to say is that pile 1, you already know what you want. You actually don't need this reading also. That is what I feel. You already have your answer. You are the compass. So whatever that you feel like doing, you feel like making any changes, you really have to go for it without questioning. I think you have been thinking about it like for a very long time, like a very long time, and you really have to take the first step. That's what I strongly feel. Now, this could also mean for some of you, you want to travel the world. So, yes, why not? You'll have to put efforts and all of that, and then definitely it's going to come true. So, it's not something like it will always be a dream. It can actually come into your reality. So, I'm getting this vision of you marking all the countries in a map, and you're thinking, like, oh, I want to visit here, here, and here, all those countries. So, start by making a vision board by doing something like that. That will be helpful. So, let me know in the comments how this reading made you feel, and thanks for watching. Hey Pile2, if you chose the screen aventurine, this is going to be your reading. So today we'll be checking what's shifting, what's happening in your career what is happening in your career in the beginning of this year, and what's going to happen in your career life in the end of the year, so that we understand what is shifting for you. And we'll also be checking personalized messages, like if you are thinking of changing your career path, what is the guidance? And if you wish to continue in the same career path, what is the guidance? So, yeah, let's get started. So, first, we'll be checking what's shifting for pile 2 in their career in the beginning of 2025. What's shifting for pile 2 in the beginning of 2025 when it comes to their career? Is someone in this pile interested in playing musical instruments, a violin or sitar maybe? If you have that in mind, I think you should go for it. Like, you will really get good at it when you start practicing it regularly. Okay, so we have Knight of Swords. Okay, we'll also be pulling one more card to understand what is going to happen in the end of 2025. Let me just keep it aside. Okay, so what's shifting for pile 2 when it comes to their career in the end of 2025? How does your career life look like? Pile 2's career life in the end of 2025. So for most of you, I feel like you're still figuring out, you're still kind of sitting with an idea to understand whether will this take me forward. You're just waiting for that one push to actually go for it, something like that. Okay, we have Knight of Wands. That's a very fierce energy I'm seeing. Okay, so with the Moon card below the deck, so you are in this confusion about certain things when it comes to your career life. It feels like you're thinking about these things emotionally. Somewhere you don't feel emotionally satisfied. Like, you have the enthusiasm, you have the um, energy, you have the determination to go for it, but there is this disconnect you feel when it comes to your emotions and your career path. So in the beginning of this year, I am seeing that it's kind of like a similar energy I am seeing for you uh, in the beginning of the year as well as in the end of the year. But the only like the slight difference what I see, okay, let me explain what is going to happen in the beginning of the year. So with the Knight of Swords, I feel that you're going to be very quick with your decisions, and you might be a bit immature bit impulsive when it comes to taking your decisions. So I feel most of your decisions in the beginning of 2025 is going to be governed, like influenced by your impulses, your impulsive nature, something that has to do with your impulsive behavior. So you might feel like suddenly changing certain things, major things in your career, like the way you do things, or maybe even changing of your workplace, or maybe you used to think about something to be achieved 3 years ago and you just feel that sudden rush of adrenaline, that sudden motivation, and you just want to go and get it. So you might act on your impulses. No doubt there is going to be that sort of, determination. I can clearly see that, but I also feel that you won't think twice before getting things, and even that might backfire. That might backfire is what I feel. And I feel most of these stem from your childhood um wounds. Like maybe you used to be a very stubborn kid, and that stubbornness has to be addressed now because it's kind of materializing in your career path as well. So I'm seeing that kind of stubbornness can actually backfire. So that is something you need to be mindful about. Pile 2. So in the end of 2025, what I see is, um, I'm seeing same level of enthusiasm and everything, but you're going to be more, what can I say, passionate. I don't see that passion in the beginning of the year. I only see a lot of determination, a lot of aggression and focus, all those things, but there is no passion. You don't you don't feel it. Like somewhere I feel due to lack of information you're going to take some decisions which won't be good for you. I would say just avoid. And in the end of 2025, what I feel is you will be having so much information about this particular thing that you want to achieve. For example, if it is a new skill, you're going to be so like well versed in that particular thing. Or if you're into research, maybe you will just get a lot of research papers or some sort of information, some sort of, it could also be like a lot of like if you're preparing for an exam, you might get yourself a set of question papers which will have a lot of important questions, like a good set of notes from a senior or something like that. I feel like by the end of the year you're going to be well equipped with a lot of information, and that information is going to help you channel your passion. So it's not like you lack direction. Pile 2, it's more like you're not able to restore that passion until and unless you get that particular information. Now this information could also mean like learning something, a skill that you really need to sharpen by gathering knowledge, by doing a lot of research, something like that. So in the end, I am seeing that the you're going to take decision based on that particular information. And in the beginning of the year, I'm seeing it's more like an impulse. You just you just might regret, like why did I even do that, something like that. So just be mindful about that behavior. And with the moon card, I feel you do feel a lot of fluctuations. Now this impulsive nature has to do something with your emotions. Like maybe you have never the kind of emotions, you could be a lot more overwhelming, something like that. Those set of emotions, you might feel like I have never felt this kind of emotion ever in my life. Some sort of newness I'm seeing. You could be undergoing moon mahadasha also, or maybe a debilitated moon also, which is kind of affecting your career. Because normally when we see astrological chart, we consider 10th house for the career part. I'm seeing somewhere even your moon is kind of influencing it, it's making you fluctuate. It's kind of making you fluctuate. It's not like you don't know what to do, you know what to do, but there is this sort of loneliness maybe, or some sort of confusion, uncertainty, all of those things. It could also be like you're under this illusion, like something might happen, something wrong might happen, something like that. Okay, so let's see a message for people who want to change. Okay, first I'll be checking. Um, okay, before that, I'm so sorry, pile two. I have to check what exactly is shifting for you when it comes to your career. I'll be using this set of cards. Let me just. Okay, so overall, I'll be checking what is shifting for pile 2 when it comes to their career in the end of 2025. So, what exactly is shifting? Okay, so we have death card. For most of you, I feel you will definitely change your career path. Like the situation will be in such a way you might feel like, oh, I really have to go somewhere else. This is not mine. Something like that. So, what's shifting for you? Something that you have to put an end to. Now, this could be like this impulsive behavior which I was talking about, or it could mean, mm, okay, let's pull out few more cards to understand that. What's shifting for pile 2 when it comes to their career? I'm seeing a lot of Scorpio energy with the death card, the moon being the hindrance. I do talk to a lot of Scorpio people, and I always see that they complain about this thing, how transformative their life has been, because it is the house of transformation. So what's shifting for you? So we have King of Swords. So something about the way you make your decisions and how you stick to it, how practical you can get. I'll do. Maybe you take decisions based on your emotions, your impulses, and all of that. But this year will really test how you take practical decisions, how you take decision based on logic and practicality. Because in your career, you don't need your emotions. You really need to be logical. And maybe there are people around you. So this could have been your situation. Like you take a decision in your career, and someone around you, they might they just uh, manipulate emotionally, and you maybe then you start having second thoughts about your decision. So this year is really going to be like how you take that decision based on practicality and how you stick to it. There will be tests, there will be challenges where people will ask you, people will question you, but you need to stick to your decision, and you can't get emotional when someone asks you like, why are you doing this? You cannot get emotional. You really have to, maybe you owe an explanation to them or you don't, but just don't get emotional when you are being questioned about your decision. Because you have to validate that for yourself, not for others. Just because someone asked you, that doesn't mean like you have to prove it to them. It's more like you have to feel validated within. If I want to eat a fruit today, I will eat that. And if someone is asking me like, why are you eating this fruit, it doesn't matter if I explain that to them or not, and if they understood it or not. What matters to me is that I am sticking to this decision and I'm going to eat this fruit and it's good for my health, right? So that is how you should validate yourself. You shouldn't doubt yourself. And if even if someone just asks you certain questions about your career path, maybe you feel offended. Or maybe you feel like, oh, this person is being so unkind or selfish or rude. But that's not the case, pile 2. Not everyone is there to hurt you. Maybe just having a conversation with that person can give you a lot of clarity about your decision. Be open to suggestions, but uh, don't get manipulated, right? It's not always like people are going to manipulate you or something like that. Sometimes universe will send people to you in order for you to better yourself, right? Like there are wise people always around us also. So just be open to whatever clarity has to come, but also uh, you know uh, stick to your decision. I hope I make sense by saying such things. Okay, so with the Hermit card, I also feel that you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot, some knowledge. You're going to read a lot of books, maybe. Okay, so let's see a message for people who wish to change their career path in pile two. So whoever is watching this video, if they wish to change their career path, a message for them, universe. A message for people who wish to change their career path. Who picked pile two. Okay, this card wants to come out. Okay, we have be honest with yourself. So yes, this is what I was talking about. I think you still don't know, like, you know what you want to do, but somewhere there is this a sort of lie that you keep saying to yourself. You have to be very honest with yourself when you're making that decision. Do not having that particular information and making a decision based on that is a good thing. But if you are being impulsive about anything, that means somewhere you are not honest with yourself, because being impulsive about things, that means, like, see, this energy of impulsiveness, it's more like um it's not stable, it's not authentic. So you really have to be honest with yourself. Do I really want this, or am I acting out of my impulse? That is the question that you need to ask. So for people who are wishing for a career change, be very honest with yourself what actually you want in your life. And with this yellow color, I feel something about your creativity. Like you do feel something in your gut, but you don't want to speak it out loud. You know the way this person is holding the stomach. So this is the gut and closing her mouth. So I feel that you suppress your points, you suppress your opinions in front of people. Like you know what is the right thing to say at the right time, but somewhere you hold back a lot. And this has caused a lot of trouble in your life. So you're not supposed to do that. Okay, so let's see for people who wish to continue their career path. People who wish to continue their career path. You could be going through your eighth house, Lord Mahadasha, something like that. People who wish to continue the same career path, what message do you have? Okay, we have, let me reshuffle. People who wish to continue. Endings are inevitable. I feel this pile is definitely going to change their career path. The signs are pretty obvious. We have the death card, which represents endings. We have endings are inevitable. So, yes, definitely a change in your career path. But I feel you will take your sweet time to process this thing, to understand this thing in depth. So, do not freak out. I'm seeing there is something unexplored when it comes to your career path. You really need to explore. There is some sort of hidden information that only you are meant to explore, and it will reach your hands, but you have to take the first step. So, okay, that's all I can say for pile 2. I hope this reading resonates with you, and thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments. Hey pile 3, if you chose this yellow aventurine, this is going to be a reading. So first we'll be checking what's changing for you in your career in the beginning of 2025. So what's changing for pile 3 in the beginning of 2025 when it comes to their career life? Okay. So we have 5 of wands. Hmm, let's see what's changing for you when it comes to your career life in the end of. Okay, we have 2 of cups. I'm seeing a lot of conflicts, disagreements, but then a harmonious reunion also. The way you speak, the way you place your points, the way you organize your work, the way you organize an entire team, the way you handle your entire team through your words, the way you communicate. That is something you're going to learn this year. You could be undergoing Mercury Mahadasha, something like that. So the way you speak, I feel maybe the way you speak, it kind of leaves this image like you are arguing or something like that. So initially you will notice that in your like beginning of 2025, but then eventually in the end of the year I'm seeing because of the way you communicate you're going to attract a lot of good clients. Like if you are doing some business, I'm seeing you are going to like this pile might be bad at communicating, but eventually they better themselves so much that they literally become a writer, something like that. Um that sort of glow up, I can say, a sort of glow up this pile is going to experience, especially the way you express yourself. And maybe right now you're dealing with friendships, you're dealing with co-workers who always have a very sort of opinion, or they just don't support you. Maybe they just get into competition with you and all of that. And it's more like, okay, you can see the notification sound I just got. It could, okay, there is another one. It could also be like you might get a notification of some offer letter or maybe an interview call, something like that. Or are you trying to manifest a text or someone? Pile 3. Okay, this reading is not about that. So, yeah, like something about the way you communicate, the way you express yourself. You might get invited to a lot of parties, gatherings in your workplace, and you might just find good friends or maybe even your soulmate. There are very 90% chances that you might end up getting a soulmate, someone in your workplace. Yeah, yes, yes. Okay, so let's see what exactly is shifting for you. So, one thing I can say, yes, the communication part, and it could also be like the way you express yourself in social media. Maybe you just started an account, Instagram account in your social media, and you have very less followers, and people are just, saying bad about your content, even though it's good. And you keep doing posting consistently, and you talk to few of your followers to support you, and they actually support you, and your community is like people with etiquettes and people who connect with you emotionally, who just love your work, who love the way you express yourself, something like that. So yes, a lot of possibilities, So let's see what exactly is shifting for pile 3 when it comes to their career. Wow, we have a Fool card. What exactly is shifting for pile 3 when it comes to their career? Four of coins. Okay. So I feel maybe mm, this is kind of giving me a vibe where you just felt like protecting your money, your resources, or maybe you are relying on your savings. And I feel like you have this, you have saved a bit of money and you are just sticking on to it. Do you have this fear like I may not be having enough money to deal with a lot of things, something like that? I'm seeing like you don't have that faith in your business, maybe in your talent, in your career path, and you want to change your career path, but you feel like it won't fill your pockets enough. You feel like money is the constraint, that's why I am not able to switch, something like that. And what I'm seeing is like until March you might struggle to um, come out of your comfort zone, but eventually universe is going to make you come out of this cocoon where you will see a plethora of opportunities, a plethora of potential, lot of potential. Once you just let go of all this lack mindset, you're going to open yourself up to so much, so many opportunities. You're going to start fresh, pile 3, and it's going to work out for you. I'm so proud of you. Pile 3. Okay. So you really have to get rid of this mindset you have like money is the constraint, because not actually that's true, because abundance is everywhere and it's just energy. It's just energy. Yes, we do spend money in the form of currencies and all of that, but whenever you're spending money, don't have this mindset like I'm spending it. It's more like you're circulating it. You're circulating that money and it's going to come back to you. So, like, I don't wish this upon you, but I feel for most of you, this is going to happen. Like, if you do not take the first step to get out of your comfort zone, something is going to happen. Like, you will run out of your savings, and you will be like, okay, now this is the only way I can get out of my comfort zone. I cannot rely on my savings all the time. I really need to find bigger opportunities, which you will find eventually. You could be a Pisces. Let me know in the comments. Are you a Pisces? You have a very good Pisces placements, is what I feel, which will be activated within like 3 to 4 months, and things are going to be like really good for you. Um, I would recommend a sort of a ritual, maybe a sadhana you can do, or something related to Ma Lakshmi, a sadhana that you can take up, which will give you lots of, courage, which will help you get rid of this lack mindset, because she is the goddess of abundance. So, yeah, that will really help you. Let's see a message for people who wish to change their career path. Pile 3. People who wish to change their career path. What's the message? Universe. Okay, we have something lovely will grow from this. I think that's the sweetest message in today's reading. Something lovely will grow from this. So whatever that you are trying to put effort, pile 3, I am getting very emotional here. Whatever that you're trying to do, pile 3, something is definitely going to grow. Something is definitely going to, you know, reap those rewards. So, no doubt in that. And we have 5 plus 1, 6, which is again Venus. So, all those efforts. So, I feel like, when you are in this relaxed state, when you are not worrying about money, when you are just like, oh, everything just gravitates to me, abundance just flows in my life, when you are in that mindset, relaxing, having your coffee unbothered, that is when you will see things are going to start growing for you. Yes. Maybe just leave your hair, get a bit cozy up, and relax for like 3 to 4 days. Yeah, that's definitely going to help you. So I check people for people who are willing to change their career path. So definitely there is something that that will come out of this. No doubt in that. It's a very gentle reassurance. Okay, so people who wish to continue their current career path. Message for people who wish to continue their current career path. Okay, we have stand up for yourself. I feel you really need to get out of your comfort zone. So we have stand up for yourself. If you don't stand up for your dreams, pile 3, no one is ever going to do that for you. Even universe is not going to do that for you, because you yourself are not taking that responsibility. So you are the light, you are the compass. So you know where to go. It's like you are holding the light. Why are you searching light in the dark places? You are the light. You don't have to. I feel you really need to understand like how everything is within you. Everything is around you. Everything is within your reach. It's not somewhere like far or something like that. Everything is around you. Just have this mindset. Keep saying this to yourself multiple times throughout the day, like everything gravitates towards me, abundance gravitates towards me. Just keep saying that. Let that mindset, lack mindset, go away. That is how you can correct your mindset, so you never lack pile 3. So, yeah, that's all I can say for pile 3. I hope this reading resonates with you. Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.